Hello, my name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 VA Claims Consulting, Leave No Vet Behind, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. Today I'm bringing you another video as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. But before I get into the video, I want to make two announcements. One, I want to recognize the veteran that won the Kahoot Test Your Knowledge quiz that I did back on December 10th, and that veteran is Mr. Blackman. Mr. Blackman, congratulations on your win. But all the veterans that attended were winners. We had a good time. I know I had a good time. We had 30 questions that we asked to the participants. It was a really fun time, and actually there was a lot of interaction, and some other veterans shared some good information. So I learned some things as well. Okay. The second announcement I want to make right now, I've updated my educational training on my website under the calendar link for all the educational events that I'm going to be doing in January 2021. Okay. Right now I have 4 events. I'm going to add a couple more. And one of those is going to be, I'm going to do an educational event just on nexus statements. I've been getting a lot of questions, comments, and talking to a lot of veterans on a daily and weekly basis. And there's still a lot of confusion as it pertains to nexus statements. I've been hearing this term independent medical opinion thrown around. I don't know what that is. I know what a medical opinion is, but a lot of veterans do not know what a nexus statement is, what needs to go into a nexus statement, the information to make that nexus statement actionable and sufficient for rating purposes. And a lot of veterans do not know when to use it and when not to use it. So I'm just going to set aside an event just to talk about nexus statements, the information that needs to go into a nexus statement. And I'm going to give you some examples of what medical opinions and rationales look like. A lot of veterans do not know what a rationale is. And in this training, I'm going to be discussing that. And also, it's a subject that I talk about in my monthly educational training as well. So, with that being said, go to my website at kmd89.com, Kilo Mike Delta 89.com, and I'm going to list it in the description section like I list it always, but a lot of people, they fail to look. There's a lot of good information in the description section of my videos. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump right into the video. I have about 3 slides that I'm going to show you, and you know I love showing slides, and whenever I highlight something in red on these slides, I want you to pay special close attention to it, okay? So today, what I'm going to be talking about is, can you file a complaint or submit an inquiry to the VA? Yes. When would you do it? Is it considered a complaint or inquiry? Okay, so I'm going to share a couple of my personal stories on when I use these 2 different avenues. Okay, so slide number 1. In slide number 1, you see I listed a website, and it's for an IRIS complaint or question or inquiry. And IRIS stands for Inquiry Routing and Information System. Okay, so if you look, you have some options here. Okay, one being educational benefits. Okay, and the other one is ask your question right below that. Okay, so education benefits has a cap and gown. I get a lot of questions about DEA benefits, Chapter 35. If you have questions you need about the education benefits, you want to contact not the 800-827-1000 number. Okay, you want to contact the 800 number for the education department. Okay, raters, and when they grant Chapter 35, that's all they do. Everything else, DEA benefits, is handled through the education department. If you call 800-827-1000, they probably won't be able to answer those questions because that's the benefits department. Okay, so what we're talking about today is ask a question. So if you see, you have 6 items you can select here. You want to go to the second row to the far right where it says ask a question. Okay, so you see the link at the top in red, iris.gov custhelp.va.gov. I'm going to put that link where? In the description section, okay? Once you click on, once you go to this, get to this website, and you click on the link ask a question, you're going to go to this screen. And this is slide number 2, okay? This screen. And in this screen, you'll see it'll say, please select inquiry, topic, and type. There's a drop-down menu with some selections so you can drill down what topic you want to talk about, and then select an inquiry and type. And then you have a section where it says, what is your question for the VA? Okay? So let's talk about that for a minute. The question part is key. This is not a time for you to start just talking because you're going to confuse people. Be specific in your complaint or your inquiry. One thing that I use this for is I requested a copy of my, submitted a FOIA request to receive a copy of my claims folder on CD. Was any benefits? And last month, I think I was doing something with a veteran. We was looking at some information, generating letters or something like that, all right? And I saw that they closed out my FOIA request for my request for a copy of my claims file on CD. It had been more than 10 days. I hadn't received a CD, so I went right to, I submitted IRS inquiry, okay? Basically a complaint, if you will, stating that my FOIA request was closed out. I haven't received the CD. I don't think I should have to wait an additional 11 months to receive the CD, okay? And actually, like I think it was the next day, the CD came in the mail. They sent it, actually they sent it registered mail. It came in the mail the next day, so I'm assuming just because of the holidays and the pandemic, it was probably it was late getting to me. But I did receive it, okay? And then I did a complaint. I did the IRS inquiry, and then I did a complaint. So in slide number 3, I'm going to show you that contact information where you can go and you can file a complaint, or you can do an inquiry, depending on what you need, what you need in this information, okay? So slide number 3. Slide number 3, you can see it's, do you know about the White House VA hotline, okay? And you'll see the number down at the bottom. Again, where is it going to go? I'll put it in the description section of this video. It's 855-948-2311. The hotline is staffed 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Okay, so I'll leave it up for a couple of seconds for you to write that number down. But again, you'll see it in the description section of this video. So what I did was, once I called them, okay, I was short, direct, and to the point of what my issue was, okay? Not receiving a copy of my electronic claims folder on CD, and my claim was closed out, okay? So I told them the month and year that I submitted my FOIA request. I had a copy of the FOIA request just in case they needed it, but they didn't, but I had it, okay? And they asked me, would I want to call back or do I want to email? I opted for the callback. They asked me for my email. I didn't give it to them because I didn't want someone from the VA to email me and say, oh, we sent it out, X, Y, and Z. I actually wanted to talk to an individual that received this complaint that could actually do something, okay? I did call 800-827-1000. I didn't call to complain. The only thing I did when I called them, I said, hey, I submitted my FOIA request on this particular date. I noticed on e-benefits that the EP was closed, and I have not received my CD, and I just wanted it noted in my claim file. That was it, Because people at the 800 number, there was nothing they could do. Okay, it's just a call center. A lot of veterans call and they say, oh, what about this? And they try and get this information. Those individuals are only individuals, VSRs, that are answering the phones. They are not the ones that know anything about your claim other than what they see on the screen, and they do not make decisions on your claim. A lot of veterans rely on that information. Some of it, depending on what you ask, can be good, but they don't have the time to sit there to go through your claim and dissect it like a VSR that's doing the development on your claim, on our VSR that's actually rating your claim. Okay, so definitely you want to keep that in mind. And the crazy thing about this is when this CD came from RMC Center in St. Louis. Yeah, well, the regional office, it says regional office, St. Louis, I'm assuming RMC, okay? When I think about 4 or 5 days after I did an IRIS inquiry and I called the VA White House hotline and filed a complaint, about 4 or 5 days later, I get a second CD in the mail, and it came from Janesville, Wisconsin. So I just want to give kudos out to the individuals at the VA that received my inquiry and my complaint and took immediate action on getting me the CD a second time, because I thought that they didn't take issue with it the first time. But kudos out for them. A lot of times, a lot of information that we get is not always positive as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. But I thought this is something that would be valuable to a lot of veterans, especially if you didn't know about it. Okay, so again, I don't know how this would work. If you're trying to do a high level review or something like that, I don't think that this would be possibly the avenue that that you would take. But if it was something that you're having issues with, information you're getting, not being able to get to the right department or something like this, this may be an avenue for you. Now, if you claimed a particular condition and the VA denied you, and let's just say your condition doesn't fall under the 5 ways of service connection, and you're just upset because they denied you and you think you should be service connected, but you actually are not eligible for service connection because you don't fall under the 5 ways of service connection, this may not be a route for you to take, to call and complain about that, because if that's the case, then the VA did their job in denying service connection. But that's up to you if you want to use this avenue. I don't know how far, what kind of response that you would get. You'd probably say, hey, you need to go back and do a high level review or whatever. But yeah, I just showed you an example that I use it and it actually helped. Okay, so again, before I end this video, I want to remind everybody, I want to say congratulations again to Mr. Blackman for winning the contest. And like I said, we had a phenomenal time. A lot of people signed up for it. There was only a few of us on there, so you definitely missed out. I'm going to put it on the calendar again for January 2021. So I'm going to have possibly anywhere between 6 to 10 events, educational events next month. So you definitely look in the description section. I'll leave the link to my website, the count of all my calendar events. Sign up. I do send out reminder emails ahead of time. So at least 2 or 3 emails, so you'll get notified as a reminder. All right. So as I always say, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your service, and I'll see you in my next VA disability compensation video.